I wish everyone a happy Makara Sankranti. I think all over India, everyone in each and every state, they are celebrating their first harvest season. In the Toastmasters world, Dhwani is celebrating their first harvest, that is first ever brand new, fresh meeting of first term new XCOM meeting. Uh, a very good afternoon. Welcome to this wonderful session. Myself, Prasanna Kumar. I'll be your SAA for today. In every meeting, we have 3 ground rules to follow. First, this meeting is being recorded and it is publicly available. Second, mute yourself when you're not speaking and always keep your video on. When you're moving away from the screen, request you to turn off the video. In case if you're leaving in between the meeting, request you to inform in the chat box. Today's theme is ethnic. I strongly believe that we always connect back to our roots. So today's theme is the best example for that. We always connect back to the roots. So the ethnic, we should never ever forget the tradition and the roots. Now, having said this, I would like to call one person to take this meeting forward. That is our president, Toastmaster Sanjana. She's been a Toastmaster for almost 2 years, and then she served as Vice President Education in the past, and she has completed CC and CL. By profession, she is a content developer. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Let's welcome Toastmaster Sanjana, our President for the today's meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prasanna. And I'm very happy to see all of you so colorful, abiding by the ethnic rules, and all of those who have not abided by the rules. I am going to be the TTM and I'll take a class later. So with that, a very happy Sankranti, Bihu, or Pongal, whatever you call it in your specific region. Happy festive season for you, to you all. Firstly, we're all made up of stories. We love stories. We are here for stories. So I was trying to dig through what story is there behind this particular festival, since our meeting has fallen on such a day. One particular story, and we're not supposed to speak about religious things, so I'm going to hide the privacy of the name of the lords. I'm just going to call one of the gods instructed the cows to go and tell the people on earth that you're supposed to have bath once, no, you're supposed to eat once a month and have oil bath every day. But the cows were a little confused, and they went and conveyed to the people that you're supposed to eat every day and have bath once a month. So the gods were enraged. I hope you understood this. We were supposed to eat once a month and have bath every day, but the cows came and conveyed the opposite. So hence we eat a lot, and I don't think any of us have bath once a month, but that is what cows conveyed us. And the Lord was enraged. He said, from now on, you are going to go and help the men on earth, and men and women on earth, whoever is farming, tilling, to help them produce vegetables and fruits. That is how cows became associated, cattle became associated with this festival. That is how they started using cattle in grazing, farming, and all those things. And because of which the produce of mankind increased, the produce of agriculture increased, and that is why we celebrate this particular festival on this particular day. Be it in different regions, it's called different things, and there are a lot of folklore like this, tons of them. But this was one of the very funny and very nice story that I got to hear, and I thought I'll share it with you on this occasion. And I just wanted to show you how stories can capture us, how they can entertain us, how they can make our lives. And today's afternoon is one such day that we are here to listen to stories about you, stories about me, stories that we want to hear, stories that we don't want to hear, and stories that can probably break our heart. Toastmasters is one such platform where we are meant for stories, we read stories, we eat stories, and we live for stories. So I welcome all of you to the first meeting of this new XCOM. For the guests over here, we are a new community that is forming, organizing the meeting. So welcome you all. Very hearty welcome. I see a lot of guests today, so I would like them to introduce themselves one by one, starting with Vijay N. I hope you can introduce yourself.
Sure. Hi everyone. This is Vijay NJ. I have been part of BTM Toastmaster earlier. I have been a Toastmaster for a long time, but on and off, I used to sometimes discontinue. I had discontinued from past 6 months also due to office-related commitments. Now again, I want to continue the Toastmaster journey. I was mostly looking to join Dhwani because it is located close to my BTM home. And I have another friend also who comes here regularly, Vivek Naik, who has been my ex-colleague. And this is my second session here. I actually thoroughly enjoyed the first session and hoping to continue with the connection with Dhwani.
Great, Vijay. It was great having you, and hope you will actually continue with us.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, can we hear from Ratish? I hope you're a guest. Introduce yourself and tell us why you're here.
Yeah, hi, this is Ratish here. And I was part of the last meeting, and that was the first time I was, part of this Dhwani Toastmaster, meeting. And prior to this, I was not part of any of the Toastmaster group. And I was actually looking forward for a good Toastmaster group where I can join since about 2 years. But due to pandemic, I was unable to. And I was looking for this offline interactions more than online. But it was part of my agenda this year that I have to be part of the Toastmasters and have a long association also. So I look forward to join each and every meeting of yours and try to participate in whatever events you have. So that's what I'm looking forward for. Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Yes, Ratish, we would love to have a long association with you as well. I hope you choose us and thoroughly enjoy the meeting. Welcome.
Thank you.
Next, we have Toastmaster Hefa. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, Sanjana. Good evening, all, and festival greetings. This is Hefa from Raku Toasters Club. I am also VP Education of that club. I work in Rakuten, Bangalore. So it's a corporate club, and we started club called Raku Toasters. We are a bilingual club. We have English as well as Japanese. And we are a very new club. We just started like 1 year before last March. So still a growing club.
Thank you. It's great to have you here. Looking forward to your speech. Next, we have Dr. Suryadeep. Can you introduce yourself?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Suryadeep Mazumdar. I'm the world's youngest dentist to speak on TEDx. And this year, I am about to complete a few records, the world's youngest, the quickest to the DTM title, hopefully in the upcoming June. And also creating a world record of 12 TEDx talks this particular year. So I presented my first TEDx talk for this year in the month of January. I'm the president of Speak Magic Toastmasters Club. I want to thank Priya ma'am for giving me the speech slot. I'm super blessed because today I will be finishing my fourth level 4 in just my 11th month into the Toastmasters. So this is my fourth pathway. So blessed to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Lovely, Suryadeep. Great to have you here. Really looking forward to your speech. Next, we have Deepika. I believe you're a sister of Divya's. And can you introduce yourself? You're on mute, Deepika.
Hi. Hi, Sanjana. How are you? I think I already Dhwani before 6 months.
Yes,
so I took a break. I recently got married and moved to another city. So
congratulations.
Thank you. So yeah, I actually the reason I stopped is I thought to join Toastmaster from I'm in Madurai. I thought to join from here. So by then now again the COVIDs are coming and the new viruses are coming. I think more than 1 year, 2 years. I think the same thing, like we are going to work from home. So I thought to join the Dhwani again. So I hope I will be continuing long here.
That's lovely. It's really nice to have you back, Deepika. I remember how bubbly you used to be. Please join us again.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to see you again.
Nice. Same here. Same here. Thank you. Next, can we have Swati?
Hi. Okay.
Hi, Swati. I believe there's a lag.
all. I'm Swati. I'm Swati. I would always like to take to IT. I've done my B, and I love trekking. Going for treks and love it. Basically, all.
Thank you, Swati. I hope that was it. We couldn't quite get you. I'll get back to you once your network is okay. Can we have Naz? Naz, are you here? Okay, I suppose she's not here. Nikhil, Jain?
Hello.
Yeah, hi, Nikhil.
Yeah. So I'm Nikhil Jain, and I was exploring Toastmasters from about 2 to 3 weeks due to and basically I was exploring which is closer to my house, and that's how I landed up on Dhwani. And I did attend past 2 sessions, and I'm liking it quite. So hoping to join this soon.
Lovely, Nikhil. It's great to have you. Hope you become a permanent member soon. Can we hear from Jagrati?
Yes, hi. My name is Jagriti, and I'm interested in better communication skills and better listening skills, and that is why I have joined today's meeting.
Thank you. It's great to have you here, and hope to see more of you.
Thank you.
Next, can we have Aishwarya MK?
Good evening. Hi, I'm Aishwarya. I'm from Madurai, and I've completed my engineering, and I'm working towards my career in freelancing. Actually, I heard about Dhwani Club through my sister Divya, and actually my brother Harshvardhan is also here. So I'm looking forward to see how exciting. My sister always says that this club is so exciting. So I'm here to see it, and hopefully I'll join here. Thank you.
Thank you. That's very sweet, Aishwarya. Nice to have the third member also of the family. Harshvardhan, please introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Harshavardhan. I'm
Hi.
17 years old, and I'm from Madurai too. I'm here to accompany my sister. So I completed my schooling this year, and I have been introduced to this Toastmaster Club by my sister Divya, and hopefully I will join it soon. Thank you.
Great, Harshvardhan. I believe you're in school still, if I heard you right, and we have an age limit of 18 plus at Dhwani. There's another club called Gavel Club where you can join though if you're interested. That's basically for school students below 18.
Oh, I will check it, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. I'll put you in touch with DTM Naina for that. I think we have a final guest, that is Kavya Krishnan. Can you kindly introduce yourself?
Yeah, no, I was here last time too, but hello again.
Hi.
Yeah, I mean, I just joined because after the lockdown, especially, I wanted to work on my community.
Hermit?
Yeah, yes, the
Nice.
hermit, exactly.
I recollect you. Wonderful. It's great having you all over here. I'm just giving one last chance to Naz. If you're here, kindly introduce yourself. Okay, moving on. Okay, great. So it's really nice to have you all here. I had told in the guest group that it was ethnic. I had loved to see all of you with your videos on. If not, if we If you're dressed or not, that doesn't matter. It's really nice to see so many people joining, even though it is festive, and of course, thanks to the curfew. With that, let's quickly move on with the meeting. I'm going to introduce one very special person, very sweet, kind, lovely person who's already excited that she's going to be introduced. You can see it from her smile. I don't think anybody has to guess as to who's going to come on. She has the brightest smile right now on screen. Just as I said, she's bright, sweet, kind, very helpful, very sophisticated, dedicated, and I just have no words for her. She's been the VP Ed for this term, and she's been with Dhwani for 3+ years, and she's finished her level 4. By profession, she's in HR and a lovely HR. So with that, I would like to introduce Toastmaster Priya to take over the meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjana. It's my pleasure to be the Toastmaster of the day for the first meeting of the new term. It's going to be an enriching, mind-expanding, and definitely fun-filled meeting number 363. India, our beloved motherland, is the second most populated country in the world. Every major religion is represented here. And can you guess how many ethnic groups we have? Any guesses? Anybody can unmute and speak up.
1,000.
2000 plus.
Okay, well, that was bang on. More than 2,000 ethnic groups. And all these ethnic groups perpetuate their culture through many things, rites, rituals, and their festivals. And you can see that today, we have Bihu, we have Makar Sankranti, we have Uttarayan, so many festivals being celebrated in different parts of the country. But one of the elements which held my interest was ethnic heroes. Yeah, not the larger than life heroes that we see today, but ethnic heroes. Think Shivaji, the 17th century Maratha warrior. He defied the Mughals with hardly any resources. The India's first global guru, remember Vivekanand? And his groundbreaking speech in Chicago, he just had to say, "My brothers and sisters," and the whole room erupted in applause. Lakshmi Bai, she gained mythic status in the colonial and nationalist Indian imagination because of the way she defied the British rule. M.S. Subbulakshmi, the classical singer, who was born into a family of Devadasis, how she defied tradition and made a name for herself in the very patriarchal Indian society. Bhimrao Ambedkar, he's called the big boss of Dalits. He was born an untouchable. And then he made himself into one of the most educated men in India and drafted the thick Indian constitution, something which continues to be our Bible till this date. School dropout Periyar, his writings have influenced so many people across the country, and I'm sure it goes beyond our country. So such a civilization which is capable of producing a Buddha, a Mahavir, a Mirabai, a Birsa Munda, an Amrita Shergill, an Iqbal, or Bhimrao Ambedkar and a Gandhi, we have much to be proud of and much to value. Let's now, today at this auspicious festival occasion, make it our mission to spread the word about these ethnic heroes whose contribution, unfortunately, is slowly fading away and is just restricted to history books. Because we choose to see superheroes in theaters, the ones who attain magical powers by the quirk of some fate, and they are assisted by special effects. They wear underpants over their pants, and we just go gaga over them, adults and children alike. So this is something which I wanted to share with you because it combines something very, very close to my heart, The fact that we've let our ethnic heroes die a slow death by forgetting and erasing their memories from ourselves, from our midst. We will not restrict ourselves to just ethnic heroes, but ethnic heroes will continue to find a resonance in the entire meeting. But let's now come to the hero behind all this, the reason why we are all here. A modest, quiet, unassuming person, 97 years ago, had an idea. And it is because of that idea that we are all here. He started a movement to promote communication skills. 22nd October 1924. As of now, that movement has flourished globally. Yeah, during the pandemic times, it is also facing challenges. But having said that, it's the single most effective movement worldwide, which is not really backed by any religion, any kind of spirituality, but totally aligned to people's improvement. We have about 3.5 lakh members across the globe and 15,800 clubs in 149 countries. 54 years after his death, every Toastmaster meeting still starts with a mention of Ralph C. Smedley. Let's give a huge round of applause to Ralph, to whom we owe the creation of this wonderful forum. For the benefit of guests, I'll give you a quick summary of the flow of the meeting. The meeting will be divided into 3 specific segments: the prepared speeches segment, the table topic segment, and the evaluation segment. In the prepared speeches segment, speakers prepare thoroughly and research their speeches and present it to the rest of us. Today we have a total of 3 speakers. 2 of them are external speakers. We will learn and gain much from them and their experience. The second segment is the hugely popular and equally feared table topic segment. You know, we all have heard 2 minutes, Maggie. So this is like a 2-minute segment for all of you. You'll be given a topic and you have to speak on that topic. So guests, this is a tip for you. Be prepared to think on your feet. The third and final segment is the evaluation segment. Renowned management thinker Ken Blanchard said, "Feedback is the breakfast of champions." So in this segment, the evaluators who are much experienced will provide feedback and dwell on the strengths and the scope of improvement for each of the prepared speeches. Now it's time for me to go on and introduce to you the most important person of this meeting. Let me see if you can guess, okay? He's a certified financial planner. I know I've given it away. Humor is his middle name. He's the resident god of Dhwani. He loves playing around with words and shares some of his poetic flourishes with Dhwanians from time to time. Yes, I'm waiting for the name. Well, Toastmaster, the hugely popular ethnic hero of Dhwani, Toastmaster Sudarshan. I would like to call upon Toastmaster Sudarshan to introduce us to his GE role for today and also to introduce us to his team of ethnic heroes.
Thank you so much, PMOD Priya, for your wonderful introduction. You have swept me off my feet, actually. I'm at a slight disadvantage to begin now because of this totally unexpected introduction of myself in this manner. Fantastic. Okay, let me move on. As a very warm welcome to all of you here, including the guests. As the general evaluator of the day, I shall be evaluating the entire proceedings of the meeting and I shall be giving my evaluation at the end of the session. But then to begin with, it is important for me to introduce my technical team or the TAG L team. TAG L is an acronym for timer, R counter, and God. God again is an acronym for grammarian of the day, and L stands for listener. Okay, I will call upon them individually. May I call upon Toastmaster Prasanna, the timer? Please come and introduce yourself and your role.
Thank you, Toastmaster suggestion. Now I'll be playing the role of timer. As a timer, I will be timing for all the prepared speeches, icebreakers, and then table topics and evaluations. Now, for all the prepared speeches, the minimum qualifying time is 5 minutes. At the end of 5 minutes, I will flash green color card like this. At the end of 6 minutes, I'll flash yellow color card like this. At the end of 7 minutes, I will flash red color card like this. After flashing the red color card, the speaker will have 30 seconds to conclude his speech. And for all the table topics, the minimum qualifying time is 1 minute. At the end of 1 minute, green. At the end of 1.5 minutes, yellow. At the end of second minute, red. After red, the speaker will have 30 seconds to conclude. And for all the evaluations, the minimum qualifying time is 2 minutes. Then at the end of 2.5 minutes, I will flash yellow. At the end of 3 minutes, red. After this, the evaluator will have 30 seconds to conclude his evaluation. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster Sudarshan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prasanna. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep a watch on this young man. He has got a hawk's eye view on the clock. Okay, next, moving up to the R counter, I call upon Toastmaster Madhumita Paul to come over and introduce yourself and your role.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Sudarshan. Firstly, happy Makar Sankranti to everyone. So, today I'll be playing the R counter's role. So, as an R counter, I'll be listening to those filler words, for example, R's and other repetitive words that people often use in speaking. Many people do not even notice, like, how many times they have used R's in speaking, and it can be very distracting to the audience. And at the end of I'm done. So could you hear me? Or you didn't hear? Am I?
Hello.
Yeah, you're audible, Sudarshan.
Yeah, okay. I'm afraid the R counter Madhumita Paul's introductory speech was jeopardized by the poor internet. Okay, now we will come back. We will move on to the introduction of the God, the grammarian of the day. Please come over, God. I cannot see you on the screen. Yes, I can. Please take it over.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters. As grammarian of the day, my job is to listen to all the speeches attentively and make note of the good and not so good usages and present them at the end when I'm asked to do so. So today we have a word of the day. Word of the day is jeopardy. Jeopardy means to put into danger or to put a person or some person into fear of loss or injury. And so, for example, his rash driving put his entire family in jeopardy quite often. The second one is the phrase of the day at 6s and 7s. Having had to look after 2 children for over 10 days due to COVID, Meghna found herself at 6s and 7s quite often. So that is the phrase of the day and the word of the day. And in addition, just a quick thing about the 6s and 7s. How did this come about? It's very interesting to know that this is actually related to a game of dice. In maybe about in the 1600s or 1700s, people used to roll the dice, and getting a 6 or 7 was considered unfavorable to whoever played. So from that, it has come, and the origin of this is at 6s and 7s is attributed to that. Thank you so much for listening to me, and over to Toastmaster Sudarshan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samedra. Ladies and gentlemen, you will soon discover the prowess of our God by the end of the meeting. I'll next time move on to introducing the listener of the day. Please come over, Toastmaster Sudarshan Ganapati.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudarshan. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. As a listener of the day, I will be making note of some of the interesting points or some key highlights later when the GE calls me back, I'll come back and ask in the form of questions so that you can reflect on your listening. Let's see who is the listener of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Sudarshan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudarshan. Ladies and gentlemen, just watch out. Just now, one of the most meticulous of all people just gave his introduction now, and I'm sure he will test all our listening abilities to the fullest. Now, this was my team, my illustrious team of Taggle, that's timer, accounter, grammarian, and listener. Now, with this, I hand over the baton back to TMOD. Priya, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudarshan. So now it's time to start the most prepared part of our meeting, the prepared speeches segment. Our first speaker is Toastmaster Hifa. Before I call upon Toastmaster Hifa, may I request her speech evaluator, Toastmaster Fulchandra, to read out project objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priya. Am I audible? Good afternoon, dear Toastmaster and guests. Toastmaster Hifa is attempting her L1 P2, which is second project in level 1, and this is first speech in second project. The purpose of the project for her to provide speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to second speech. Toastmaster Hifa, all the very best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fulchandra. Toastmasters and guests, how many of you knew that Hifa, the word, the name, meant the gift? Today, she is giving us, Dhwanians, the gift of her speech. She calls herself an extroverted introvert. She says her hobbies depends on her mood. It changes from home decor to irritating her cute little nephew, from cooking to adventure sports. She loves the subject of human behavior and she wants to learn more about it. Her all-time favorite is to eat cheesy chaat. Since childhood, she has this dream to ride the highest roller coaster. She wants to go skydiving, bungee jumping, and simply wants to enjoy the view from the highest places in the world. She's also working as an HR professional in Rakuten. Toastmasters and guests, please welcome Toastmaster Hifa for her speech, which dwells upon the importance of presentation skills. Toastmaster Hifa? She was facing some tech issues, so we'll have to wait till she joins.
Hi, Priya. Sorry, my system was restarting.
No problem. We finished with your introduction, Toastmaster Hifa. Would you like to start with your speech?
Yes, just give me a second.
Sure. Toastmasters, presenting to you Toastmaster Hifa. why presentation skills is important. Why presentation skills is important, Toastmaster Hifa. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Priya, for introducing me. So, why presentation skills is important? While you guys are keep guessing, I will cover the topic in next 5 minutes for you. Before even starting the topic, I would like to break a myth that most of the people I used to think presentation we always have to do with a PPT. But honestly, guys, trust me, it's not true. Just because Microsoft have used this word presentation in their product, it's not necessary that you have to use a PPT, the software, mandatorily while all your presentation. The effective presentation always lies on how you're organizing your thoughts, which is very important element in every presentation. For example, if you're going for a good buffet and everybody would like to, start it with crispy starters and end it with a yummy dessert. So that is how, the presentation should looks like, how you organize and how you're delivering it to the target audience is very, very important. And here I'll give you, considering the time, very 5 important reasons why presentation is very important. To start with, in the area of personal, individual, or a business level, starting from school to college to work, even in the future, if you're starting your own business, this particular skill is very, very important, where you must project your effective communication to exhibit your. If you don't exhibit in a proper way, you might not get a proper chance, or you might not even succeed in a particular project. And secondly, this presentation skills also you will improve some hidden skills like time management and effective communication. Effective communication. Basically, when I'm joining Toastmasters, many people ask me, communication is the same topic, revolve around many decades, and you're just beating around the bush. And why communication is very important. And I just told them, communication is important. With effective communication, you can even rule the world. So, while learning, improving the presentation skills, you will also learn the hidden skills like time management and effective communication as well. You can, you can't convey your thoughts forever. You have to make it time bound, and you have to use effective words to convey your thoughts. So likewise, it will also help you to improve time management and business communication. And as I said, leadership and good public image, leadership skills, as I just said, even the people ruling the world focus more on their communication, which is very, very important. And if I'm confusing you between communication and presentation, presentation is just organizing your thoughts, and communication is just speaking and conveying verbally or not verbally. So good effective presentation will help you to create a leadership skills as well as a good public image wherever you go. And finally, the 5th thing is stress reduction. Do you know, displaying or demonstrating what you do will reduce, it's proven to reduce your skill actually. It's not only in the professional, forum, it's also in your personal relationships and personal friend. Anywhere, it's proven to reduce your stress as well. So, if, presentation is so important, you all would have asking me, like, Hifa, what can I do to excel in this skill? Including me, many would have feel trembling, cold hand, and shaky legs, even jeopardy. I'm pronouncing it right, while presenting. If someone wants to present you, but to overcome all this, unfortunately, I don't have any shortcuts for you, but the only, the method is to practice. For example, if anyone here have learned swimming by just seeing a YouTube video? Have you ever done it? I have never heard anyone who learns swimming just by seeing a YouTube video or heard someone saying how to do a swimming. You have to continuously practice. Likewise, all these behavioral skills, if you wanted to excel, there is only way is to practice, and keep on practicing. That is why even we are here in a very safe platform to practice your skills called Toastmasters. And to even conclude this, remember, I just wanted to say one thing. This presentation skills is very important even to achieve what you aspire. That's it. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hifa. You really spoke about a topic which is so relevant to each and every person sitting in this forum. And Toastmasters, please pay attention to what she said. The only way to improve presentation is to practice. So that means I would expect all of you to grab the roles for the next meeting and practice and continuously hone your skills. Moving on to the next speaker. Before we call the next speaker, I would like to call upon the evaluator for the next speaker, Toastmaster Sanjana, to read out the project objectives.
The next speaker is attempting his L4P2. The purpose of this project is for the member to apply his or her understanding of social media to enhance an established or new social media presence. The purpose of this speech is also for the member to share some aspect of his or her experience establishing or enhancing a social media presence. All the best.
Toastmaster Suryadeep has given us a very detailed introduction during the guest introduction. So what we right now know about him is he's a very accomplished speaker, and he attempts to be the youngest and the person who's getting to the DTM role in the fastest time. Okay. And he sent me, in fact, when he sent me his introduction, he sent it to me saying EC5, EH5, VC5, IP3, PW mentor. And I asked him, what are all these? So he tells me these are all credentials in Toastmasters: effective coaching level 5, engaging humor level 5, visionary communication level 5, innovative planning level 3. He's already told us he's a doctorpreneur. That's the first I heard. Communication coach, and of course, a TEDx speaker. We will definitely be checking out all his TEDx speeches. But let's welcome him for his speech for today. The title of his speech is Not Another Podcast. Dr. Suryadeep Majumdar. Dr. Suryadeep Majumdar, Not Another Podcast.
With a show of hands, I want to know how many of you listen to podcasts. Come on. Okay. Thank you. How many of you listen to YouTube videos or watch YouTube videos? Yeah. Okay. Some more. How many of you have a dream of starting your own YouTube channel or your own podcast? Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and future Toastmasters. This is my 4th level 4 elective project. I was confused. What do I take up? I've conducted a panel discussion. I've started a podcast. I started my own YouTube channel. I've done every possible thing that one can do. I mean, fourth level 4, you can imagine, right? But then I realized, let this particular speech be an eye-opener for all of you. How many of you present here know that you can earn through social media? Come on, give me a show of hands. You can earn through YouTube, you can earn through podcasts, you can earn through your Facebook account, Instagram account, LinkedIn, if you are able to really use it in a productive manner. Now, I knew just a month and a half back, I turned completely bankrupt. What do I mean by bankrupt? Just 200 rupees in my bank account. Again, show of hands, how many of you have faced that kind of a scenario? Come on, come on, come on. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Yeah. So you know how it feels. Now, in this kind of a scenario, all of us have either of the two options. Number one, you dive from the terrace of the building that you're staying, or you decide the other way around, you decide to take up another stride. This time, instead of giving up, I decided, let's just turn this entire breakdown into a breakthrough. But what do? I've already created a podcast, which I just did it for the sake of completing a project when I was presenting my first pathway level 4 speech. I never really got to work on it too much. How about I integrate every single thing together? So my Toastmasters journey is right now at its 11th month. And here's what I did exactly. We all have LinkedIn, I'm sure. Yes. Yeah. We all have Instagram. We all have Facebook. So now if you have Facebook, you all can go to the Facebook section. And if you go to your entire profile details, there's an option to create a Facebook page. You can create it absolutely for free. So I created the Facebook page. What do I do in the Facebook page? I just go live and I just share whatever that comes in my mind. Like literally every single day, I go live and I just talk about something, whatever that comes in my mind at that particular day. I make one good quality video over Zoom. Now, all of us here are familiar with Zoom. Yes, come on, show me some thumbs up. Yes, we are all familiar with Zoom. Now, I go to Zoom and I don't invite anyone in the Zoom room. I click the record button and I record something quality. What do I mean by quality? How to prepare a speech in 5 minutes, how to use mind maps to prepare a speech. How did I maximize my journey in the Toastmasters? How can I reach TEDx in just 30 days? Now, do you all think that these are high quality questions? Yes, the answers that we are all looking for. So what I did is I simply started creating all these videos, and now I leveraged entire social media together. Every success, every failure, every growth, every story was exemplified and put it out across all these platforms. Why did I do it? I'll come to that a little later. Now, this I started, mind you, in the month of November. Of course, it started out with YouTube. Every single video that I'm putting up in YouTube, how many of you know that you can apologies. How many of you know that you actually leverage the YouTube, convert your YouTube videos into MP3 files? Come on, show of hands. No one. Okay, in case you don't, there's this website called y2mate.com. y2mate.com. You go to that website, you put the YouTube link, and they're going to convert it for you. You can download the video, you can convert it to MP3 files and all these things. Okay. Whatever YouTube videos I was making, I just extracted out the MP3 version and I put it across in my anchor.fm podcast profile. What will anchor.fm do? It will just convert it into a podcast episode and launch it in platforms like Google Podcast and Spotify. Everything is automatized. You don't have to do anything. Along with that, let's just say I'm going through sessions, I'm presenting keynote speeches across the planet. I was just taking screenshots of each of them, uploading it in my LinkedIn. Now, the TEDx speech that I presented 2 weeks back, and I created that entire collage of images and posted it across my LinkedIn, it reached out to somewhere around 2,786 people. Now, think about it, people. It's not about how many views you get, how many likes, or how many comments you get. Right now, I can see there are 25 people. 25 people, I'm assuming most of you all are paid members of the Toastmasters community, literally paying to listen to me giving you the speech on how can you enhance your social media credibility. That makes sense? Where can you get this other opportunity other than the Toastmasters? But the question again comes down, why? Why did I even do it? Because guess what? Maybe 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years down the line, I'll probably be one of the most successful souls on the planet. Like that goes without saying. But when I look back, I have social media to document my entire journey. All the struggles that I am going through right now, it is out there. The world is able to see the kind of progress that I'm making. I have made somewhere around 1.5 lakhs in the last 3 months itself. How many people want to make that kind of a money? Come on. Yeah, so many of us. Okay, a bigger question. How many of you want to serve people, help people, give more value to people and earn money at the same time? Come on. And one final question. How many of you want to turn your passion into profit by helping others? All of us. That is the only reason why you should literally gear up with your social media. If you don't, you're jeopardizing with your own life. You are being a disgrace to the journey that you're going through because you need to give it out to others. So I did not start with a podcast. I did get started with my entire social media. Have you started your entire social media branding, dear Toastmaster of the evening? Over to you.
Wow, Dr. Suryadeep, that was just mind-blowing. You know, I've been at 6s and 7s once I reached level 4, because social media, I always thought, is not my cup of tea. And one of the projects said, make a podcast. And I'm like literally sitting and procrastinating at that level. But thank you for demystifying this whole process and actually telling us how simple it is. It's not a rocket science. Each and every member of the forum here can actually just follow the steps you've outlined for us and be done with their own podcast, or actually integrate the whole thing and package it into their own social media presence. Thank you so much for that speech. Our next speaker, the third and final speaker, is a legend in Dhwani. And I'm sure all of us, all Dhwanians, will agree to this. Before we get the speaker, on stage, we will have the evaluator, Toastmaster Shashank, read out the project objectives.
Mute. Currently unmuted. Alt+A.
Okay. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. So, Toastmaster Sanjana is attempting her L1 P1 icebreaker speech. Timer note, it's 4 to 6 minutes. The purpose of the project is for the members.
Shashank, just a minute. I think there have been some changes last minute. I'm so sorry. You will be evaluating Toastmaster Naina's speech.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So,
what is the project? Sorry.
Yeah, just give me a minute. L3P2 speech. L3P2 speech. And is it okay, Shashank, if I read out the objectives?
Mute. Currently unmuted.
I think you can.
I'll share the evaluation with you. The purpose of this speech is to begin developing a collection of humorous stories and to present a speech that includes humor. The member completing this project is working to add humor to a speech through anecdotes and stories, and the speech should not be a report on the content. Know your sense of humor project.
All right. Thanks, Priya, for that. So I'll be evaluating Toastmaster DTM Nana on L3P2, and I shall give my evaluation at the end of this meeting, and I'm sorry for jeopardizing the evaluation for the last minute change. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shashank, and I'm absolutely sure it was not you who jeopardized that. But and apologies to everybody in the forum for that slight confusion. We move on with the introduction of the speaker. Like I said, DTM Nena is legend, and she's truly a Dhwani hero. A woman of many talents, a winner of many awards. Humor is her key strength, and today we will see it live. So over to you, DTM Nena. Cupcakes and chocolate, DTM Nena. DTM Nena, cupcakes and chocolate.
I looked lovingly at that chocolate cupcake. My mind interrupted and said, "Don't eat." But my mouth pleaded, "Please eat." After a war between my mind and my mouth, my logical sense stepped in and said, "It's okay, eat it, but exercise." I do exercise. I exercise my fingers regularly. I write, I paint, I type, I switch on and off gadgets. And occasionally I take walks from one room to another. What more exercise am I supposed to do? Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. It all happened on that day when I met my long-lost friend in a restaurant of all places. After exchanging pleasantries, she told me, "If you don't mind, can I tell you something? My inner voice wants me." Mind it. She continued, "Nana, you're short. Now you have put on weight." My inner voice interpreted, she's telling that you're a teapot, short and stout. For the next 15 to 20 minutes, she spoke on the importance of fitness. Believe me, I tried my best not to evaluate her speech and tried to concentrate on whatever she was telling. But later that day, her words kept repeating in my mind. I decided to do something. I want to be fit. I joined the gym next to my place. On the first day, I entered the gym and I saw cycles with no wheels, a platform rolling, heavy weights, which I have seen the weightlifters picking in Olympics, and many weird gadgets. The gym instructor pointed at one of those wheelless cycles. I started cycling. After 2 minutes, rather 1 minute, I got so bored. I realized I'm allergic to gym. My skin was flushing. I was breathless. My heartbeat was racing. I was sweating. Gymming is not my cup of tea. The gym instructor was able to read my mind. He said, "If you want to achieve your goal, finish what you start." I went home and finished the red velvet cake. Well, of course, I want to become fit. Aerobics. Wow. Dancing your way to fitness? That must be easy. I joined an Arabic class. No sooner I understood that Arabic is a series of exercises to help to convert the body fat into pains, aches, ouch, and cramps. No epics. But I want to become fit. I decided to go Indian yoga. I joined the class on the first day I entered with the newly brought yoga mat tucked under my arm. The first exercise, asana, was easy. Breathe in, breathe out. But what followed was terrifying. I had to twist my body into such difficult poses. I was sure I'm going to be knotted completely. But then came the relief, savasana. I slept off. Of course, I want to become fit. It was then I decided, okay, let me try and go for walks. And I loved, of course, in the beginning, it was difficult stepping out of the house. But soon I started to enjoy my company. I was walking in my pace. I was listening music, enjoying the fresh air. I loved walking. And also, I was able to plan for the next day. I was getting ideas for my speeches, for my paintings. Okay, this is it. I loved walking. But dear Toastmasters, while I faced failure in my initial efforts, I didn't have motivation. Lack of motivation created inconsistency. Inconsistency brought disinterest, and lack of interest led to failure. Now I'm motivated. So what I learned is self-motivation is the key to success. I'm motivated. I'm going for regular walks. And of course, I didn't give up my chocolates and cupcakes. I love them. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you to DTM Nena. That was a wonderful speech, and it had humor and that message, self-motivation is the key. And here I am urging all of you to motivate yourselves and grab the roles for the next meeting. The cupcake served up in DTM Nena's speech, the red velvet cake especially, was really delicious. Thank you so much. And now we are in for a very short break. We'll be back at, I see 4:04 on my system. So 4:10, 6 minutes, we should be back. Toastmasters and guests, we are now on point for the table topic segment. Let me quickly introduce to you the table topic master. She is one of the heroes of Dhwani. Another one, we actually seem to have a lot of heroes. So she's one of the heroes. She was the winner of the division. She went up till the division levels for Tall Tales. And she also, participated in the international speech contest and went up till the area levels. She is completely the most chilled out person I have come across. She thinks she can take on the world, and she actually does it, which is the most surprising thing. And she's the current president of Dhwani Toastmasters, with a smile to die for. she is the one who counts everybody in Dhwani as one of her closest friends. She's able to get role takers, speakers, everything in a jiffy. And thank you, Toastmaster Sanjana, for stepping in and taking the TTM role for this meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Sanjana.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. Yeah, it was indeed my pleasure. As you all know, table topics is where you have to think on your feet and you'll be given a topic and you have to come up with something impromptu on spot. Today I'm going to do something a little bit of fun because of course I am the TPM. You'll have to debate. This is like a courtroom and there'll be two people that I'll be choosing and I'll give you random things that you will have to debate about and you'll have to speak for. For example, if there are two people and I say that one of you is jalebi and the other one is rasgulla, and you have to make a case as to why you are better. So if I'm jalebi, I'll go saying I'm round and rasgulla will say I'm round and juicy. So I'll just not only quench your thirst, but also your stomach. So you just may have to make cases for your particular parties that you're representing. This is going to be how table topics is going to be conducted today. It's going to be fun and exciting. That timer, I would like to tell you that both of them will have 1.5 minutes. Together, entire session of both of them arguing will be 3 minutes. Okay, so that is how you'll be timed 3.5 minutes. So that's how you'll be timed today. With that, I would like to have volunteers who would dare to take up this challenge, who would want to represent themselves in the court of Dhwani. Anybody? Baram tush. That was drum roll if you didn't get that. Anyone? I see Vijay is eager. I knew it. I could sense it. Yes, Vijay, and along with you, I just want another person. Anybody who's wanting to volunteer? Ashwini.
Suryadeep is volunteering.
Okay, has he? Okay, I didn't see. Sorry. Actually, next, of course, I will have to call you. Suryadeep. So I will give Vijay your Omicron and Suryadeep your vaccine. You will have to represent yourselves and tell why you are better. And Omicron, tell your purpose as to why you're here, and vaccine you have to tell and defend your case as to why you're here and how you would be over Omicron. Your time starts now.
Okay, so I have to start first, right? Omicron. Okay. So, Judge, you might know that from the history of coronavirus, it actually came from animals. But I was actually meant to exist everywhere. Unfortunately, I was stuck with only bats for a very long time. So at some point in future, definitely humans would have got it. And who knows, it could have been very worse when humans would have got it at that point in time. But today, in this time, at least you are lucky that you have got it. But what I don't like, Judge, here is that the humans have created something called as a vaccine. And they're trying to use it like medicine every 6 months. And that has caused me to take up this new form called Omicron. I don't know what was my initial form. I have actually gone through changes for at least 5-6 times now. And every 6 months, they're making me change my form. But they don't realize that after some time, you will start coexisting together, like the common cold, the flu virus. So all I would have to say is ask the humans to stop doing weird or funny things and accept me as part of the nature or the biology. And I believe then things will work for everyone, and it will be mutual for both of us. That's all I have from my side, Judge.
Over to you, Dr. Suryadeep.
Guess what? Every single one of us who are born needs me. The first time you want to cry big, because something goes inside your body, something that protects you, and that is me. So whether you like it or not, I have to be inserted into you in the form of that little thing called as a syringe. Guess what? When I am inside of you, your immunity is heightened. The defense mechanism in your body just uplifts and takes it all the way to the next level. Guess what? Another very important thing, you can go out for shopping to do whatever you want without wearing any mask if you have me. So all you need to do is walk up to your nearest hospital, walk up to the receptionist, pay them some money or go to the government, get it for free, but literally have me. I can tell you this for sure. If you choose to have me as your friend, you can live for as long as you want. You will be protected for as long as you want. You will be safeguarded for as long as you want. Or else you can choose to jeopardize your life. Think on the other side. Whenever you don't have me, a very famous tennis superstar was just not allowed in his country altogether. So you can imagine. Well, how many people love traveling? Come on, show me some hands. Yeah, a lot of you. For sure you need me. And when you have me, the government gives you a certificate. And that certificate is a representation whether you want to go inside a mall or inside the airport or inside the train. Just one simple paper. It can work wonders. But in order to get that one simple paper, you need me. So go to your nearest hospital. Just come to me. I'm waiting for you, waiting to hug you, waiting to embrace you, waiting to go inside of you and stay there, protect you. That's how I would serve you. Wouldn't you like it, dear table topic master?
Thank you, Dr. Suryadeep. I think you're going to be called by the government to represent them in their vaccination drive. And thank you. That was a great session and great job done even by Vijay. I think I like Omicron after you represented it. Next, we have Toastmaster Ashwini. Would Toastmaster Kavya like to take this? Do you like pizza?
Pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sure, why not?
Okay, so you will be representing pizzas and tell how they are changing your life or they are better than. Toastmaster Ashwini's representation will be Idli Vada. Let the debate begin.
Okay, do I go first?
Sure.
Hi, I'm Pizza. And the thing is, I come in all kinds of flavors. I come in a variety of flavors. And I'm cheesy. You can put a variety of toppings on me. And I'm like comfort food, right? When you're sitting at home and when you're watching a really nice movie, then you're obviously thinking of having pizza and a Coke. And this is so cool, but my shape is like a circle, but I come in a box that's shaped like a square and people consume me in a triangle. So, I mean, I feel like that's an all-in-one package kind of thing. And I'm definitely good for when you go out and when you're having food with your friends, because when you don't know what you're going to talk about, you can be like, hey, this pizza is really good. I'm a great conversation starter. I'm also really good at the movies. I feel like when people go to the movies, you know, they like to stick with me because it's always safe to have pizza, I think. So you should definitely go for me. I'm the best snack to have at any time. I'm incredibly delicious, delectable, and I won't let you down. Thank you.
I'm convinced. I don't know if I needed you to convince me, but pizza is the best. But let's see what Master Ashwini has to say.
Hi everybody, I am Idli. I come with a combination of sambar and chutney and vada. Definitely I am round in shape, and when you put me in, I'll be the most tastiest you would have ever tasted. Just like our table topics, I can be prepared in 2 minutes if you keep the batter ready, and I'm always handy and ready to serve the guest. Anytime, being a mother of two, it thus comes as ready-made available at home. You can always spice me up with coriander, curry leaves, and a little bit of chilies. Sambar and chutney definitely is a very good combination, and anybody would love to have that savory. Let me tell you, I don't have any side effects, and you can just relish on me how much ever you want. And I come with a very package of health conscious, and in all the benefits of food, you can always know where it is mentioned that idli will give you some side effects, and it is definitely a package of very healthy diet conscious food. For all the office goers and for all anybody who is on a roll, just pack and wrap an idli, and you can just have it on the go. You can have me at Darshini or you can have me at MTR. I'm available and my taste will not change, but definitely you'll relish and you'll never miss me on the menu of any of the hotels and restaurants. Go for a thali, a thela gadi, or go for a restaurant. Idli is always on the menu. And if you have a toddler or an infant or any age or sick people, if they do not get into any of the menus, you can definitely provide them with idli and to spice it up with vada. No, all the it's famous for all the age groups, and definitely it's an healthy combination. So I think I'm very delicious, and do taste me wherever you go. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwini. I'm sure idli has paid you heavily to represent it in such a beautiful manner. That was great. My mouth is watering. I don't know for the rest of you. I think I would like to have both idli and pizza. Next, who is a non-vegetarian here? Is there, do I have a non-vegetarian?
Currently
Sandhana, I can go.
You're a non-vegetarian?
Yeah.
Okay, then wait. Do we have a vegetarian guest? Do we have anybody who's a vegetarian guest who would like to take us up? Great. You're a vegetarian, Swati.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
so you will be promoting how chickens are, and Shashank, you will be promoting how vegetables are better. The vegetarian is representing the non-veg dish and
currently
go ahead. Let the debate begin.
Who starts first?
You can decide.
Swati, you can go.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, he already agreed that vegetarians have a lot of options, and yes, when it comes to non-veg, it's just chicken, mutton, and fish, and again the same fry, same curry, but with vegetarian food we have a lot of varieties, and be it a simple idli, what we just heard for some time back, it was like idli goes with the chutney powder we have, and then we have vegetable curry, we have kurma, we have a lot of things. So, you have a lot of options. But when it, with non-veg again, you have a very, fish fry or a chicken fry cannot go definitely with this one. Again, you want a chicken curry itself or fish curry itself. So that's the way it goes. And yeah, basically, the vegetarian food has a lot of, more variety than non-veg food, because a lot of you can do a mix and match. And it happens with me usually that I go to the kitchen, and it just happened with me yesterday that I just got up and then I saw that, okay, I want to make puri, I don't have aloo at home, so I just saw some veggies, I just put everything, I was like, okay, now it's kurma, I don't know how to make a kurma. Then I just had my own recipe, I just cut few some coconut and then put it in the mixie ground, and it was very delicious, and my kids loved it. So yeah. And with non-veg, it doesn't work that way. So that's it.
Thank you, Swati. I think you made a case for the opponent, but in any way, let's see what Toastmaster Shashank has to say.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks, Sanjana, and thanks, Swati. I think you helped me out in a lot of ways. I think you just spoke on my behalf, literally, because I was supposed to speak for vegetarians. And although I love non-veg, I think I can't eat non-veg every day. So I would love to have vegetarian food as a common meal every day, and non-veg is just to spice things up once in a while. But I definitely feel we need nutrition and vegetarian food to keep as intact. And in a world where we're speaking of terms like vegan and going vegan and having healthy food, I think vegetarian food is something that we would all relish. And I think we've already had Ashwini bestow us with some delicacies. I think I would be visiting her house shortly because she's spoken of already some vegetarian food that I would love, like vadas and idlis. And the only vegetable that I don't like is brinjal, but apart from that, I love all the greens, all the vegetables. And I'm someone, even during my childhood, since my childhood days, I've been eating vegetables, and I'm not one of those cranky people or kids who would not like vegetable. I love greens. I like spinach. I love pulses. I love grams. I like the traditional rice sambar with pickle and papad. And yeah, there are many things to relish like paneer, soya chunks, and um, uh, green peas is my favorite. Potato is my huge favorite. I can't live without a potato, I can say that, but I can live without non-veg because I left non-veg for about a year and 10 months.
Shank, 2 minutes.
And yep, I will conclude here. So I think I win it because both of us spoke on the same topic and you helped me with the points. So thank you, and over to you.
Nice, Shashank. After what she said, I didn't expect you to have anything to build upon, but yes, you made your case very clear. And I'm a vegetarian, so I agree with both of you. Next, do we have someone who exercises regularly, who believes in exercise? Anyone? Nice. I love you, Ashwini, again. You exercise regularly? Okay. I don't think we have a lot of people. So, Ratish, I see you have come online. Do you exercise regularly?
No, not that much.
Wonderful. I really like such people who are in the same boat as I am. Ashwini, I have to reconsider your friendship. Anyway, since we have no one else, I'm going to pick Ashwini again for this. And can I have, okay, let's see, Sudarshan Ganapati. Sudarshan, you have to make a case for why legs are better. And Ashwini, you have to make a case for why car is better.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Darshan Ganapati will tell you have to walk instead of choosing a car. You have to make a case for that. And Ashwini, who is a co-exerciser and believer in sports, you have to make a case for why you should always choose a car instead of walking.
Oh.
Okay, so you can choose who goes first and start.
Ashwini, let's start. A for Ashwini.
Sure. Car. Why do you travel in car? Definitely you have to give business for the ones who are selling the car. And if you have to go to a long distance and all, you cannot walk for 40-50 kilometers. And now you have a commercial as well, where you can use the quick ride, you can use the Rapido, you can give your car for as anyway you're traveling, and you can have a company, you can make acquaintances. And some love stories also have started in quick ride. What I have heard from my previous experiences when I was using the quick ride. So definitely go ahead in car and always see the good things, what's coming in your way, rather than always trying to make things negative. That's how life should be looked at. Have gratitude, because now that machinery has come into place. Utilize it for good services when somebody is pregnant, when somebody needs help, or when there is an old age man who cannot reach the hospital. Be handy, provide your car for service, and that's how you should make good use of your car, and your car will definitely thank you. You can name your car like how I have named my Honda Activa as Dhano. You can name your car too, and then it will give you a special feeling and connect what you share with your car. And yeah, whatever in life is, just don't see things in a negative way, and that's how you can change your attitude towards how to look at life and look at things. Over to you, Sudarshan.
Oh, thank you. So shall I start, Sanjana? Okay. Thank you. If you look back our evolution, we never had car until probably 200 years ago. All the activities done by human beings was through walking, running. That has been our way of life all through. Our DNA has evolved through that kind of evolution. If we move away from walking and get into using car all the time or any other other transport means, we are putting ourselves into jeopardy. Now, when you look at walk, it's not just walking. I mean, legs. When the topic is legs, it could be just walking, or it could be running. I know some people. So one of Dhwani, she said, was a runner in school, and that's Ashwini. And one of the Dhwanians here, I call her as expert in R&R, not reward and recognition. It is running and reading. That is TMOD Priya. So I think it is creating, using legs, you can create a lot of recreation for yourself. I'm regularly irregular in walking. That's why I didn't raise my hand earlier. I go to a nearby lake, but walking around that is such a pleasant experience. Otherwise, I'll be working from home all the time in the day. So every morning, I wish for, but I cannot do every day. But when I go there, it's such a refreshing experience, watching those birds and seeing other people. When some children will be walking, it's such a lovely experience. So I think walking around is going to give a lot of happiness, along with which is a need for our daily sustenance. Over to you, Toastmaster Sanjana.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudarshan and Toastmaster Ashwini. That was lovely. I think after that, I'm a little inspired to take my car till the park and then take a walk over there. And Toastmaster Ashwini, it seemed like you had a page out of your HR manual when you were giving this speech, promoting your car, quick ride, everything. Anyway, it was lovely, and I think I'm done for today as the PTM. I hope all of you really enjoyed the session. Now I'm going to hand it back to Toastmaster Priya. Toastmaster Priya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjana. That was a very different table topic, and given the variety of inputs which came, we really enjoyed that session. It is time to move on to the third segment of the meeting, the evaluation segment. And the man with the Mysore peta on his head is to come on. Toastmaster Sudarshan MA, the general evaluator for this session. I would request you to take the stage.
Thank you so much, TMOD Priya. Well, I would now moving on to the evaluation session. I'd call upon Toastmaster Phul Chandra to come up and go ahead with the evaluation of the first speaker, Toastmaster Hifa.
Am I audible?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests, especially Toastmaster Hifa. Thank you for providing very informative speech, why presentation skill is important. Let me call out my evaluation in two parts. Key highlights in terms of delivery, content and organization, as well as some of the improvement to take your speech to the next level. In terms of the highlights, you're looking very confident. And one of the key delivery parameter was about smile. You had smile throughout your speech. You've given us very good information in terms of why presentation skill is important, not only for the leadership as well as to reduce some of the stress. You had good voice. Unfortunately, some of the point I could not hear because of connectivity. So let me go into some of the area where you can work upon to take a speech to the next level. When you started your speech, you just repeated the topic. What happened when you give a speech, the first 10 seconds, right? That is called opening. It's the most important part of the speech. I felt that you could have used some either anecdote or short story or asking some questions. So I personally did not connect immediately. That is opening part. You could try to do from your next speech. Second, as I said earlier, throughout your speech, connectivity was not good. So some of the places I could not hear it properly. I found that voice was not modulated, but it could be through the connectivity network. The other important thing when it comes to content, you should try to use personal story. For example, when you talk about the presentation skill, you could have taken one example in your, I think you're from HR profession, right? From HR profession, that how did presentation, you got some learning. It would have connected to us, especially me, and I'm sure audience immediately. So try to use some of the personal story in your speech. The final improvement is, I personally found that your conclusion was not very strong. Opening and the conclusion, they are the two most important part of speech. So try to use conclusion. Either you call for action or you give some takeaway to the audience. All in all, it was good informative speech, very confident. You smile throughout the speech. You've got good voice, informative speech. Just try to focus on the organization, especially opening part of the speech. See if you can use some of the stories, some connect to the audience. Just try to focus on the conclusion, call for action, or anything like some of the actions you can give it, or summarize what we need to do and how we need to do. Good speech, and I'm looking forward to hear you again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Fulchandra, for that evaluation. I'd like to come up with my evaluation of the evaluation. Why presentation skills are important. As much as the topic is itself important, it is important to have evaluation skills too. And I'm sure you are a very, very senior evaluator. You have progressed up the ladder quite since a long time since I have seen you on Dhwani, and you have won many evaluation awards. The one thing that I really would point out in your evaluation is it is best to avoid opening with an opening statement that says, I am going to divide my evaluation into two parts, the good and the not so good. Instead, we can save time. We can go ahead with the evaluation, and the listeners or the audience would automatically know what was right and what was wrong and what was there for improvement. And you made it very clear by saying that Toastmaster Hifa could have added a personal touch to her story. We should have connected with all of us. That's a good evaluation. And of course, she could do herself a lot of good by coming up with a strong opening and a conclusion, both. So this was my evaluation. Now I will be inviting the next evaluator, Toastmaster Sanjana, to evaluate Dr. Suryadeep Mazumdar's speech. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sudarshan. Firstly, congratulations on your fast-track DPM journey, Toastmaster Dr. Suryadeep. First thing that I noticed about you is your confidence and your persuasion skills, and I'm sure pretty much would have, at least all of us would have given a single thought that maybe we should all start our YouTube channel and quit our jobs. A slight thought must have crossed everybody's mind after listening to your speech. That's how persuasive you are, and that's really amazing about you. Your voice, your confidence, your stance, that eludes persuasion. That's perfect. Starting with what went well, it's your expression, which you have accommodated for Zoom meetings. And that's something that I've noticed for the first time, where you come closer and go back and accommodate it as the Zoom meeting required. This is something that we would call stage presence if we were in an offline setup, where you occupy the entire stage. I think you imitated something of the same sort here, and I would like to point that out, and I would also like to imbibe that in my own personal speeches. So congratulations on that. Next is your confidence about the smallest things that I really liked about you is including the guests as future Toastmasters. That is a very small thing, but that is very sweet gesture. So that's how far you're going to include it. Pay attention to the small details is what I can say, and that's beautiful. Your camera presence is amazing, as I already told you. And even after having a few technical glitches, I saw you were unabashed, and that's lovely about you. That just adds to how confident you are. Coming to the structure of your speech, I think the message was very clear and your purpose was met. Now coming to some places where you can improve. I mean, there was a little fumbling that I noticed here and there. It didn't seem like a very smooth flowing speech. That's because maybe you were speaking on the go. There was no rigid script that you stuck to. This is what I noticed. So maybe you can work on that, even though you've given a lot of speeches. I know it's quite natural for you to come and speak on the go. Maybe sticking to a script and not fumbling here and there is something that you can work on. I kind of saw that the structure was a little all over the place. I mean, there was suddenly something about Toastmasters and 25 guests, and I wasn't really completely able to connect that with the purpose of where you were taking your speech. That just felt a little out of place. So that is also something that you can work on. And the one takeaway message that I kind of felt missing was most of us here deal with stage fright and we don't know how to start. So maybe some impetus on how you started, what led you to start, and these things would have just been a cherry on the cake. Otherwise, a great speech. I thoroughly enjoyed your speech. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sudhiti. Over to you, Toastmaster Sudarshan.
Thank you for the wonderful evaluation, Toastmaster Sanjana. It was a brilliant speech, I would say. And you went about straight away going ahead with the evaluation. What I liked was you gave your personal evaluation, your personal opinion about his very good camera presence, using the camera effectively. And you also were quick to point out the flaws, minor corrections there. And I think it was done very well, because it is not very easy to evaluate a speech of this standard, and a job very well done. So with this, I would like to call upon the next evaluator, Toastmaster Shashank, to evaluate DTM Naina's speech.
Mute. Currently unmuted. Alt+A.
Okay, am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Thank you. All right. Distinguished Toastmaster Naina, my pointers are: you had a lovely opening. Very, very tempting to start with cupcakes and chocolates.
From SP3 Dr. Suryadeep Majumdar to everyone. Thanks a ton, Sanjana.
1 second, sorry. Yeah, so you had a lovely opening. Second point is beautiful personal short stories, which was the requirement of the project. Loud and clear voice resonating throughout the speech, which is pretty nice to listen. And you are a distinguished Toastmaster, so you took care of it, needless to say, really well. Appropriate pauses. I think you have that great quality of giving the right pauses at the right time, which a lot of us need to inculcate as well. Sprinkling of humor throughout the speech. Of course, it's a humorous speech, but You need to know where to pitch in and where to refrain. I think you had a great combination of humor and other content gelled well throughout the speech. Amazing exhibition of vocal variety. That is another forte of yours, that you are able to use your vocal variety to your advantage. Another point is articulate expressions throughout your speech with whatever you're saying, with every story, and that was really well done. And I wasn't surprised because incidentally, I had evaluated the same speech last time when you delivered. The only one thing that I had as a pointer you can work on is, I think the message was powerful, but you could have spent a little more time on it to sustain in the minds of the audience. It's a really powerful message of self-motivation. So I think you could have spent a little more time. You lost out on the time, and that's why your message kind of got lost with the cupcakes and the chocolate. So otherwise, all in all, a brilliant speech. Thanks, and over to you, Toastmaster Sudarshan, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shashank. I would say I was unfortunate to miss out on DTM Naina's speech because of I had some difficulty in the audio. And well, before that, after considering the brief unsettled start with the evaluation, with the confusion part coming in, I think you have corrected yourself up handsomely to come up and deliver this evaluation. You put your drawback behind you and you did a great job. Well, I am not in a position to go ahead with the evaluation because as I heard too little of the speech, except I heard my favorite, the cupcake and chocolates part. That is all. Okay. Now, I think we are done with all the speakers, right? Now, so with this, let me go on give my evaluation about the meeting now. The SAA Prasanna, your call to action was inspiring. It was impressive, and your energy was unmistakable. You set the ball in motion, made the rules very clear, and I wish to make an underlining here. The secret to a great Toastmasters meeting is the SAA's energy, and you did a good job by using your energy to the fullest. And of course, the room is always, we can take our, we can go ahead with our improvements. Okay, but a job well done, SAA. And coming to Presiding Officer Sanjana, you set the tone of the meeting by issuing a warning note to people who were here without ethnic wear. And that was a really a good start. And you followed it up with catchy and relevant stories, quickly went on to welcome the guests. And today we had a good sprinkling of guests. We have a good sprinkling of guests, and you handled them very well. You made them feel comfortable, and you allowed them, you listened, we gave us time to hear out their introductions properly. And that was welcoming, really. And you really played a triple role today. The presiding officer, the evaluator, and the TTM. And what a TTM you have been, seriously. And the table topics master is, as a table topics master, this was not an ordinary exercise today. You made your speakers dish out table topic delicacies instead of topics. You made us feel hungry with all your jalebis, rosgullas, idli vadas, and whatnot. And my God, I must tell you that the speakers delivered, they gave back their best to you. You made them give their best. That is the best talent TTM brings to the table. And you did it with aplomb. And your follow-up on the speakers, the repartee was good. And you made them all feel very comfortable. It was a good Sankranti treat, I would say. Okay, now TMOD Priya, what I'm at a loss of words. The words that you use are the choicest of delicacies. Great words. And you took on from the presiding officer in a seamless manner, kept the audience hooked with your engaging story. And your speech on the diversity of India and her celebrated heroes was indeed an assortment of Sankranti treat. And you were a live wire. The energy you brought in could easily be sufficient to light up a village. Our beleaguered BESCOM could easily borrow from your energy. And your member introductions have been impeccable, to say the least. What a job. What a job. That is fantastic. And overall, I wish to conclude by giving you certain, what we can watch out for is, how would you all like it if barring some exceptions, I repeat, barring some exceptions, just watch this. How would you like this if I keep giving my general evaluation this way? Would you like it? No. Today, with a small gathering we have, I think any Toastmasters meeting is here to be celebrated. And when we come across on a platform like this, on a Toastmasters, we come here to learn. And how can we learn? By facing the public. It's all about public speaking. And how to improve public speaking? By only facing the public, not by turning my video off. I will learn very little this way. My humble request to the guests as well as our own members is to mandatorily have your videos on. Face each one boldly. Give out your speeches. Only then the confidence grows. Otherwise, I could easily turn off my camera and give my evaluation too. I'm here to learn too. I'm not anybody special here. And I'm taking up a role after probably 6 or 7 months. And I feel as nervous or even more nervous than you. But why did I pick up this challenge? I wanted to push myself. And how can I push myself? By facing you. I need to do mistakes. I need to be evaluated too. Only then I can improve. Otherwise, I'm great. I will declare myself as I'm great. I will never fail. And if I don't fail, I'll never succeed. So this is my humble take on keeping our videos on. Let us celebrate every Toastmasters meeting. And one more thing is, I have noticed some guests left midway. I do not know whether they were invited. Okay, if we invite any guests, the onus is upon us to make them understand, to prepare them to stay till the end for their own benefit. If they leave midway, I'm sorry, I feel terribly hurt because they are missing out on a golden opportunity for themselves. They will not know what they lost. I will think if I turn off my video and go away midway as a guest, I would think I saved my time. But honestly speaking, I'm jeopardizing my future if I go away midway. Okay, so it's upon us to make them realize why they should stay till the end. Okay, and as a parting note, right from the R-Counter's introduction to Toastmaster Haifa's speech, or DTM Naina's speech, or the epic pause of the confusion of Shashank's evaluation, the pause, jeopardy seems to be the theme of today rather than the word of the day. Okay, I think there's no harm. It's our lives are not at stake by these gaffes, but I can still say we could make away with these confusions and go ahead. We can make it much more smoother. On this note, I will hand over the button back to TMOD. Priya, over to you. Thank you for the opportunity given to me.
We didn't have Taggle report, Sudarshan.
Oh, sorry. Extremely sorry for that. That is a gaffe from my side. Okay. I call upon my timer first to give out his reports.
Thank you. Now I'm presenting my timer report. Prepared speeches, all the speeches are qualified. For the benefit of all the guests, I have color coded. So green, yellow, and then instead of red, I used other color, light red color shade only. All the speeches are well qualified and none of the speeches are disqualified. So Toastmaster Hifa spoke about 5 minutes 24 seconds, or Toastmaster Suryadeep 7 minutes 17, and Toastmaster Naina 6 minutes 59. And all the table topics are qualified. Only 2 Toastmasters spoke about less than 1.5 minutes. 5 Toastmasters spoke about more than 2 minutes, and 2 table topic speakers spoke about more than 1.5 minutes. And evaluations are qualified. None of the evaluations are disqualified. 2 Toastmasters spoke about more than 3 minutes, and then Toastmasters Shashank 2 minutes 35 seconds. All the evaluations are qualified. Thank you.
So thank you, timer. Thank you. Thank you so much for this wonderful job. I'm sure all of us, many of us know here that a timer's job is the most difficult, the most challenging one. And thanks for carrying out that job diligently. Now we move on to the counter. Toastmaster Madhumita Paul, please come over and give your report.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, so is it visible?
Yes, of course, definitely.
Okay. So here is my report. Sanjana has used 5 hours, Priya 3, Sudarshan, Toastmaster Sudarshan 4. Hifa has used the most of hours, like she has used the highest number of hours. So I would advise her to be careful next time, because it can distract the audience. Otherwise, it was an informative speech. So congratulations, Hifa. And here Shashank, he has used 6, Vijay 3, Swati 2, and Ashwini 1. And Sudarshan Ji, Fulchandra, Naina, and Surya, they have not used a single filler words. So coming to Surya, they just wanted to say, like, it was treat to watch you and listen your speech. So I thoroughly enjoyed. I'm sure like everyone has enjoyed your speech, and soon you'll have one more follower in your social media. So I really enjoyed your speech, so congratulations. So thank you so much. Over to you, Sudarshan, Toastmaster Sudarshan.
Okay, thank you so much. Now I call upon the God to give out his report. Toastmaster Samarendra, over to you.
The resident God is already there. So anyway, it was really a profusion of good usages, and I was really put to the test to find out where people had gone off the mark. I must say that a lot of people use the word of the day and the phrase of the day today. For example, word of the day was used by DTM Nana, Toastmaster Sudarshan Ji, and phrase of the day by TM Priya, amongst others. I'll be coming to you. A lot of good usages, like Toastmaster Priya used the word mythic, thinking on your feet is the breakfast of champions, which is of course from Kenneth Blanchard, the 1 Minute Manager fame, again coming to HR. And then resonance, our resident God Sudarshan MA, swept off my feet, impeccable. Sudarshan Ganapati, Toastmaster Sudarshan Ganapati, hand over the baton. There was one usage about a topic, why presentation skills is important. I felt it would have been better to call it why presentation skills are important. And many other good usages by TM Suryadeep, turn a breakdown into a breakthrough, exemplified, turn passion into profit. And again, TM Priya with demystifying the process. DTM Nana came out with gymming, not my cup of tea. That was a very good phrase she used. It would also be good. Some people used very verse. It would be better to say very bad. And instead of relish on me, it would sound better to say relish me. It would be better to say relish me or so. And look back at our evolution rather than saying look back on our evolution. But overall, it was really a task for the grammarian to detect usages which didn't conform. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and back to Toastmaster Sudarshan MA.
Thank you so much for that wonderful, comprehensive report, Acting God. Now we move on to the listener. I call upon Toastmaster Sudarshan G to come.
Currently up.
Hey, thank you, Toastmaster Sudarshan, and good afternoon once again. So there are a few questions. I'll just read out. All of you can unmute yourself and keep your background noise to minimum or 0, that you can answer the questions and see how well you have listened. There's one question which I'm going to ask at the end. That probably a little lengthy one, otherwise all of them are short ones. Our essay, Toastmaster Prasanna, addressed saying good afternoon, dash. That's quite energetic, I felt. Good afternoon, dash.
Dhwani?
Yes.
Dhwani, that's correct. Okay, good. So, whom God instructed in the story shared by Sanjana?
Cows.
Cows, that's correct. Thank you. So, our guest Vijay was a Toastmaster. Which club he was member of?
BTM.
BTM, that's right. And Hifa mentioned in her, in her introduction, he mentioned about 2 languages with respect to Toastmaster clubs in her company. Which are those languages?
Japanese and English.
English, that's correct. Who is the youngest dentist to speak in TEDx?
Dr. Suryadeep.
Very good, very good. Okay. So how many ethnic groups are there in
More than 2,000.
Okay, all of you listened very well. Good. How did Toastmaster Priya describe a table topic as?
2 minutes Maggie noodles.
She is
That's
thinking.
correct. That's correct. Very well. And feedback is a breakfast of dash.
Champions.
Nice, nice. And what is the meaning of word Hifa?
Gift.
Gift.
Good. And according to Toastmaster Hifa, what is a way to improve a skill such as presentation? Practice. And who is doctoropreneur? I don't know how.
Suryadeep.
First time I've heard that word. Yeah, thank you. And Dr. Suryadeep mentioned about one website to convert video into MP3. What is it?
Y2M.
Huh?
Y2Make.
That's correct. Right. Good. After gym, what did DTM Naina try?
Aerobics.
Fantastic. What Omicron alias Vijay is expecting?
Coexist.
Yeah. In his words, accept me as part of me. Yeah. What all shapes guest Kavya mentioned?
Round, square, triangle.
Square triangle is correct. Other one you come closer to it. Circle. That's correct. And what shape did Ashwini mention?
Round.
Round. Correct. And who would like to visit Ashwini's home for delicacies?
Shashank.
That's why I didn't answer.
Welcome.
And what vegetable Shashank doesn't like?
Brinjal.
Yeah, okay. And what was the way Dr. Majumdar increased stage presence as per the evaluation of his speech by Dr. Sanjana?
Facing the camera, coming forward and going back.
Yeah, coming closer to the camera to make expression visible, stage presence felt. Now comes the last question. All of you listened very well. Okay. One last question. This question probably will decide listener of the day or maybe listeners of the day. What activity DTM Naina love to, I'm sorry. What was the DTM Naina's assessment of What led to failure? She mentioned
Motivation,
Self-motivation.
Being
Self-motivation.
motivation.
What is the first one? What is the first one?
Self-motivation.
Self-motivation.
Lack of self-motivation.
Passion. Yeah.
Lack of self-motivation. Second,
Passion.
Lack of interest.
Determination.
Lack of interest.
second one was
Lack of interest.
inconsistency. Third one, the
Passion.
question led to inconsistency. That led,
GK has joined the meeting alert.
she said, lack of interest. And that led to the failure. Nevertheless, I think you guys listened wonderful. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I told you he's going to test us fully. And he did test us. Fantastic, fantastic. That was educative and educative on the art of listening and interesting too, both. Thank you, Toastmaster Ganapati, Sudarshan Ganapati. Over to you. Now I hand over the baton back to you, to TMOD Priya. Over to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sudarshan and his team of heroes, the Tagel team. All of you did a wonderful job. And I will pick on Toastmaster Sudarshan's words. If you want to improve, please do take up roles and face the audience and the camera boldly. We all make mistakes, but we live and we learn from those mistakes. Before I sign out, it would not do if I don't mention the heroes who made this meeting possible. First in line, Toastmaster Samarendra, who stepped in when our grammarian had to back out because of health issues. Toastmaster Sanjana, who took on a triple role to make sure she filled all the spaces which were empty. Toastmaster Divya, who worked behind the scenes, calling up people and getting them to do roles. Toastmaster Shruti, who contributed. Toastmaster SAA job today. And all of you are heroes on this festival day when people are enjoying, and you guys took out time and attended and invested that time in your own learning and development. All of you inspire me greatly. You are my heroes. You are the reason why we are here. Thank you so much, and we look forward to all of you grabbing roles for the next meeting. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Sanjana.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priya. I thoroughly enjoyed this meeting. I think we had a few additional guests joining us. Toastmaster Shalini, I believe you're new. I request all of you to vote meanwhile. You're the newest addition to Dhwani, I believe.
Yes, I'm sorry for this late joining.
That's okay, that's okay.
Guest was there. So the moment they stepped out, I decided to join in because I don't want to miss any of the sessions, because it's quite a learning experience for me. For last 3 sessions, I have been attending this Toastmasters. There are many corrections that I have made, and I'm trying to make as much as possible. I'm a very good listener, but when it comes to speaking, I go mute, whether it's Hindi, English, any language. Looking at the camera, it's a big challenge for me. I came from a background where I work financially, so you don't interact with people at all. So either you are doing job in front of computer, or you are doing writing. So interaction is zero. And if you are working from home, then all the more less. So when I was given this opportunity to join this Toastmaster, I was a little nervous. I was not sure whether I should be joining these sessions or talking to people, because that's not my forte. So thank you, everyone. I hope to learn as much as possible. That's it.
Thank you for joining. It's great to have you here. I just got to know today is Indian Army Day and I was not aware of that, and I'm not very proud that I was not aware of that. Thank you. And I just want to thank Toastmaster, the only army person that I know amongst us is Toastmaster Samarendra. I just want to thank you on behalf of all of us. Just give a big round of applause to him.
Actually, it should be for the guys who are out there now.
Yeah,
I've done
also
my
for them, meanwhile, extending it to them as well. Thanks a lot. Can we take a quick picture before everybody disappears into their cocoon? All of them who are dressed up. Yeah, Ashwini, Shruti, please come back on camera. We would like to take a quick picture, please. Yeah, where are you? Oh my God, she can't hear me. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I was.
Shruti, are you in a position to be able to come back on camera?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, wonderful. Let's take a bling bling. Prasanna, can you take a picture? Sure. Okay. Smile, everybody. Okay, done. Thank you all for dressing up. I hope you've all voted. I thoroughly enjoyed this session. We have contests coming up, the area level, district level, and club level contests. It's going to be offline and online. I'll take a vote. I'll be discussing everything with XCOM today. We'll take a vote. We'll brief you about the contest. We'll nudge you and prepare you and make you go and take part in the contests. All that will be done this week. Just keep a lookout as to what is upcoming on the Dhwani group, so that you're all well prepared. You extend your wings out of Dhwani, get known, make your face familiar with clubs outside, so that this is one great opportunity as such. We'll be doing that. I would request the XCOM to stay back, and over to you, Prasanna, to announce the results if they're ready.
Yeah, so results are ready. Best haha invoker, any guesses? Okay.
Currently on.
Okay, fine. Between Toastmaster Sudarshan MA and then Toastmaster Sudarshan Ganapati.
Whoa, nice, time.
So it's not tie. I want you people to guess.
Oh, yes, okay, fine. Yeah,
Yes, it's Sudarshan MA. And best role
just that
player.
Sudarshan Ganapati did not do this Rajnikant style. Had he done that, maybe he would have won.
But I'm really interested to know what I won that award for today.
Haha invoker.
So what did I do to invoke haha?
Your presence invokes haha. Yes, I told you, your presence invokes haha.
Oh God. Good.
Moving on.
Next, best role player. Any guesses between Toastmaster Sanjan and then Toastmaster Priya?
Priya.
It's both. Tie. Congratulations. Then best Agaltor player.
Sudarshan?
Yes, Toastmaster Sudarshan G. Best table topic speakers. I will not give any hints. Can you please try? Can you please guess?
Suryadip.
Yes, it's Toastmaster Suryadip. Congratulations. Best evaluations. Any guesses between Pul Chandra and Toastmaster Sanjana?
I think it's Sanjana.
Yes, it's Toastmaster Sanjana. Congratulations. Best dressed up male. And I think hints are not required.
Sudarshan.
Maharaja.
Silent and Bandu. One is there. Nice.
Okay.
Congratulations.
So he's a Maharaja of Dhwani.
Yes.
Mysore
Maharaja. He's been demoted from God to Maharaja.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not willing to remove my headgear today. For the rest of the evening.
Currently on.
And finally, best dressed up female. It's Toastmaster Sanjana, President. She's bagging many awards. Congratulations.
The presiding officer presides.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. I had a great session. I hope all of you enjoyed. Now we may take leave except for the XCOM. Please stay back.
Thank you so much to all our guests.
Yes.
Please do keep coming and join Dhwani.
Thank you so much. I thoroughly enjoyed the session.
Thank
Bye
you,
all.
Aishwarya.
We'll have you back.
Thank you.
Thank you
everyone.
so much. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you all. It was a very nice session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Swati.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Oh my God, my voice is.
Shruti, please take care. Oh, Shruti will continue with us.
Yes.
Shashank, Ashwini is going to make brinjal when you come home.
Ravish has left.
No, I don't like that.
Namaskar Narayanan has
Do we have the others? Okay. BPM is